Hey guys, Scott from therecordingsolution.com. Today I want to talk about using complementary EQ to help your mix sound a little bit wider than it is and not have to use a stereo widening plugin and maybe cause some phase issues or some weird sound problems. And we can do this simply by using an EQ, complementary EQ. So if you have something pan hard left and pan hard right, you can use this technique and make it stick out just a little bit. We're just trying to get the edges to perk your ears up a little bit, so you perceive it as a little bit wider than it really is. Because these are already panned hard left and hard right. I have two guitars. So let me play it for you real fast. Let me bypass these EQs. So here's the left guitar and the right guitar. Good sounding recordings. First, I want to point out too that when you're recording, like for instance, guitars, they were doing two different kind of rhythmic styles of playing, and there were two different guitars with two different tones. So if you're trying to double track guitars and you want to pan hard left, pan one hard left, and pan one hard right, try to get a different tone, and so that'll automatically sound different and make your ears will hear that. Don't use the same tone and the same rhythm and then pan it hard left and hard right. It just doesn't have as good of effect, the desired effect of widening, than if you would just use two different tones and hopefully two different guitars and amps. So if you don't have two amps and two guitars, maybe try a different pickup or just dial in some tones on your pedals, and there you go. So let's pull up this guy on the left first. This was I think it was a Tele or a Strat. And let's pull up the EQ. So I just did some basic high pass filtering, rolled off everything below about 107, just to get rid of that low end frequency that it doesn't need to occupy, where the kick and the bass are going to be in the mix. And then I fished around for some low mid mud and pulled that out a little bit. But then I fished around for a frequency I liked, and it was at 1.37. So let me click that off, play it, and I'm going to click it on. It's going to be subtle, but it just kind of helps add a little more presence to the guitar. Just a little presence. I'm not trying to go crazy here, just 3 dB. And then where the complementary EQ comes in is, let me pull up this other guitar. Whoops, so this will be the right guitar. This will be the left guitar. So left and right. And on the right guitar, I did the same thing, high pass filter, pulled out some mud, and then I found a frequency I liked at 1,000 hertz. So let's hear that guy. Just trying to add a little bit of presence, just like the other one. Now, where the complementary EQ comes in is when you do both of them. So if I boosted the left guitar at 1.37 kilohertz at 3 dB, then I would subtract that same frequency out of the right guitar, the same amount of dBs at the same frequency. So if I'm boosting 3 dB here and cutting 3 dB here, that's essentially like a 6 dB swing. So it's pretty dramatic there. And I didn't have to boost this one over here by 6 dB. I just boosted it 3 and cut 3 over here. Pretty much does the same thing. And then I boosted on the right guitar at 1,000 hertz. And so you guessed it, I cut 1,000 hertz 3 dB. So let me play them together. I'm going to play them together, and then I'm going to cut these EQs off, and you'll hear a pretty dramatic sounding effect. So just added some presence, took out of that low end, add some complementary EQ here, and just made them kind of stand out a little bit more than they were. So that's all we're trying to do. So let's hear it in the mix. So listen when I kick these on. So I'm gonna have them bypass, and then I kick them on, and you'll immediately hear them stand out just a little bit more on the edges. So here we go. To me, it just kind of perked up on the edges. My ears pinpointed that there was a guitar on the right and left, and I could hear pretty much every little thing they were doing. Just add a little bit of presence, and that's all we're trying to do. And you can do some complementary EQ, like for instance on the bass guitar and the kick drum. So if you find something you like in the bass guitar and you boost it a little bit, then I would find that same frequency that you boosted on the bass guitar and subtract it on the kick drum. And vice versa. If I find a frequency on the kick drum that I like, say I boost it at like 50 or 60 hertz, I will cut 50 or 60 hertz wherever I boost it on the kick in the bass guitar. And so you're carving out these little EQ pockets, complementary EQ pockets that just help things sit a little better. So try it on your next mix. Comment on the YouTube video below. Let me know if you're doing this or if you're going to do it, and let me know how it turned out. Subscribe to the YouTube channel because I'm going to be putting up stuff weekly. Go to the website, sign up for the free ebook and the newsletter because I'm going to be delivering cool tips and tricks and articles and all kinds of good stuff straight to your inbox for free. You can download the free ebook Home Studio Blueprint right now by going to the website. There'll be a link under the video. So let me know if this helped you out, guys. Scott at therecordingsolution.com. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.